Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Monday All Signs messages. One quick announcement before we dive in, and we're going to start with Capricorn, is that personal readings are available, and these are more like channel readings. So I'm going to channel spirit and you're going to speak directly with them. So if that's something that you would like, check out the link in the description, and there are some available this week. Without further ado, Capricorn, let's get your message. I'm doing timestamps. Oh, who's live? Say hello. Okay, so Capricorn. Capricorn, your messages. Wow. This is interesting. So whatever it is that you're worried about, Capricorn, don't worry about it. It is going to solve itself. You're going to have like a little bit of short-term stress. You're going to solve it. You might have to do something you don't like to do, maybe shuffle money around, maybe borrow money. I don't know, but it's going to solve itself. Hey, wisdom seeker. And it's some of this like stress is not about the data thing you're stressed about, but it's because you're entering the most like loving version of yourself. You used to kind of be like, the Queen of Swords energy, which is very cutting, which is very push people away. I don't need people. But you're entering into like your Queen of Water phase. So it's because you're being so loving, kind, and caring to people that, believe it or not, there's a little like low key worry of like, am I saving enough for myself? Am I putting enough energy and focus on my business, my career, my money making? Because you used to be like the Queen of Swords, where you cut out love and friendship in your lives and you would just plow through to get like your work done. Um, but now it's okay. I got to get my work done in this time frame so I can hang out. That whole balance thing. So it's because you're running your business or approaching your career with a new mindset. That's what's causing your worry. But hey, don't worry. You're just entering your Queen of Cups phase, and like following that, you got the Nine of Earth. So this is more talking about the thing that you're stressed about right now, whether it's, is he going to call me? Am I going to be able to pay rent? Whatever it is you're stressed about, like your solution to it is Nine of Earth, which is where you're literally like in the moment, grounded, present, and enjoying the passage of time. Guys, that's the best quote I've ever heard. Like, what is the meaning of life? And it's enjoying the passage of time. So it's, if you're going through a hard time like grief, it's just relax all the muscles in your body. And can you take like a third person level of a detached view of your emotions and just be at a place of acceptance? So this is what it feels like to be going through grief. So this is what it feels like to be extremely happy. A new guy is in my life. So this is what it feels like to be not making a lot of money in business. If you could take that detached bit from whatever it is you're stressed about, and then just get back to enjoying the passage of time. My friend came over to sip tea with me on my patio. My friend mailed me a card. Someone sent me a text checking in with me today. Like, that's what's going to solve a lot of your problems. In terms of, I want to throw a little manifestation tip in there for you guys. Guys, the quickest way to manifest is, what is it that you want? And then write the, how would you feel if it came in? I'd feel successful. I'd feel happy. I'd feel on top of my game. How would you feel if it came in? And that list of all the emotions you would feel, then write a little journal entry where it's, where do you already have those vibrations active in your life? So, on top of my game, no, I'm not a booked out channel yet. All my readings are not booked out right now, but where am I on top of my game? I crushed it at the gym. I just PR'd and squatted 205. I just made a really good sushi roll. Um, so, where are you on top of your game? Write those down. And the reason why I want to write them and not just say them in your head, when you say them in your head, you could quickly do it in half a second, get distracted, think about something else. When you write it down, um, it makes you focus so you feel that emotion longer. That's just how law of attraction works. What is it that you want? How would you feel? That's the vibration. How can you nurture that vibe in the simplest, easiest way possible? Um, okay, and so it does kind of look like, honestly, this is so funny. I'm a Capricorn, and this read is definitely like pretty true for me. Where my fellow Capricorns at? There's a little bit of a need to like get your money right, Capricorn. You got the Queen of Air here following a money card, so it's, you got to be a little more objective about money right now. A little bit more, what's a need, what's a want, and like one book that I kind of recommend that helped me a lot when I first followed it. So I'm going to take my own advice and follow it again. It was Smart Women Finish Rich by I think it was David Buchanan. I think it's definitely Smart Women Finish Rich. Hey, Healing Elements. Hey, Universal Dashinin. Yay, new job. Oh, thank you. It's nice to have you here live while I'm doing this. And yeah, I'm back. I'm running my business again. So it's nice to have you guys live. It really is. It warms my heart. But so Capricorn, you got to get a little bit more like objective about how you spend your money. It's not so much like, well, I want to go out and eat, so who cares? I'll swipe on my credit card and pay it later. Like you kind of got to pull your head out of the clouds. You got to like stop being an ostrich and like ducking your head in the sand, avoiding it. And you got it like it's just a number. Take all the emotions away from it, and then just go, okay, here's how much debt I have. Here's how I'm going to attack it. Here's the extra thing I'm going to do to bring in more money, or here's my investment goal. Here's the thing I'm going to do to bring in money. Like it's just about making that objective plan to get your money right. And the reason why I recommended that book was because that book is definitely I haven't read the one that he did for couples, or I don't even know if he has one for men, but it's because he really handles the emotions of money for women. And like we are emotional. So he has you go through this like value ladder where you discover how you value money so that you're not mindlessly spending money on like, the $2 soda, the $2 bag of chips. That's what I mean by pull your head out of the clouds. It's like become mindful, become aware of how you're spending your money. Look at your like spreadsheet at the end of the month and go, oh wow, I spent $80 on potato chips. And so that book, if he walks you through a value ladder, and then it's like if you value travel, then he has you look at your budget and go, now where are you mindlessly spending money? And now you have $80 a month that instead of buying chips, it will be, oh wait, I was going to buy that bag of chips for like a small hit of happiness. But I'm saving 80 a month in my savings account. So at the end of the year, I have money to plan a trip. And then he says, when you're spending your money with how you value it, that's when you really come alive. And like, guys, that really helped me a lot. I'll say that. Um, okay, so now let's go to Taurus. This is Taurus's read. And don't forget, guys, I am available for private reads right now. The link to book that is in the description. Um, California, wonderful. Aw. Aw, that's so sweet, Healing Elements. What's your main sign, Healing Elements? I'm moving on to Taurus right now. Yeah, it's a good book. It's a really good book. Um, all right, so Taurus, well, you're going through something, Taurus. And I'm sorry, did you get the book? It was Smart Women Finish Rich. Um, okay, so Taurus, we've got the 10 of air, and that's the card of endings. And the difference between the 10 of air, the 10 of swords, and the death card is the death card tends to be that internal shift, that internal kind of death, that epiphany, that ego that you just like 180 change how you view a situation. Um, but when it's the 10 of air, it tends to be something that's like coming to an end, like a job ending, a relationship ending. So it's kind of like there's something that's over that you're not admitting that's over. And like, honestly, being blunt, the energy I'm picking up from these cards, Taurus, is that this person wasn't necessarily supposed to be the one. This person was supposed to wake you up to what it is that you really want. And like what's coming is that it was to wake you up that you actually do want children. And it was better to be woken up now before it's too late. Hold on, Spirit wants to say something to you guys. But we do want you to see how much you gain from this experience. It's not a boom, Spirit said it's over, I'm ending it, because that's you cut off from your own emotions instead of tapping in and it's not a breakup for everyone. Some people it's just a hey, I'm so sorry. I can't give your daughter a ride to school anymore. I could do it for about 2 more weeks and then I can't. There's just something that's coming to an end. And the reason why it's coming to an end is because it was just supposed to wake you up to, oh my God, I do want children. Oh my God, I do want to get married. Oh my God, I want world travel. It's supposed to wake you up. And you're not admitting it's over because there's conflicting goals. It's like sometimes when someone says, I want an apple, and the other person, I want an apple. They might have been born in different countries and the word apple is for a different fruit. And we're gonna give you an example. Kelly invited someone for lunch, like, hey, would you like to come over for lunch? Just lunch. The person goes, just lunch? What does that mean? Do you see that ability to clarify? So someone says, I want children, you can clarify, like, oh yeah, well, what makes you want to be a mother or a father? What makes you want children? That answer is going to give you what you really need, not just the first layer. So it's more about your ability to ask questions that you're learning right now. And they want me to focus on this card. So it kind of looks like your career is going really well, Taurus. It could be career, friendships, personal life that are going really, really well. Um, and like, so it's kind of what you're doing right now is you're going and getting happy in like b- work, business, and then running to your partner and, oh, see, look, I'm happy. So it's like you're going and getting happy, and then you're spending time with your partner and dipping. You're going and getting happy, and then you're spending time with your partner. So you're kind of on that cycle right now. And there's just conflicting goals. Like what you want and this person want, it's just not a match. And it seems more like you're awakening to wanting like longer term commitment, yada yada, maybe family, maybe all that good stuff. But this person's just more fine with like just chilling. And, like, I know they're saying if it happens, it happens, but honestly, I they're more like, "If it happens, I'll deal with it." Um, and that's what they were saying to us about that question. When they say, "If it happens, it happens," you might think, "Oh, great, he's living in the moment, he's spontaneous." Whereas if you ask them, "What is that like, wait, so what does that mean? If it happens, it happens. If a baby pops out, I'll take care of it." Is that really the person you wanna, like, start a family with? Or it's a, well, if it happens, it happens. It's mainly because I don't want to put pressure on you or pressure on the situation. I want it to be a surprise and delight, the timing of when I become a father. Like, do you see the difference of those two answers? And like I did that for a while, guys. When I was dating, I'd always ask guys, like, oh, so what makes you want to be a father? And the answers like surprised me. One was I'm old, it needs to happen now. And I'm like, well, I don't want to just be the person that pops your baby out. Another person said, who's going to take care of me when I'm older? I was like, no, but what makes you want to actually be a father and raise them? Well, who's going to take care of me when I'm older? I was like, wow. So, guys, it's kind of good questions to ask. Um, okay, so now we're moving on to Virgo. Virgo, we are on your read. And guys, if you would like a personal reading with spirit, the link to book that is in the description down below. Well, okay, so Virgo, so don't give up on what you want. Honestly, I think it's a relationship. Don't give up on wanting a relationship. Okay, like because you got the 9 of fire on that one, which is the protect what you want. Don't cave in, don't come into peer pressure. So keep wanting it. But you got the 7 of air here too. And that means like honestly, it's the way that you're approaching relationships. You kind of need a 180 overhaul. And I could tell you by this reading that there's a little bit of a what's in it for me energy and attitude. And that's fair enough, guys, because for any social interaction, there's always a transaction, there's always a price. There's really no such thing as unconditional love unless your family has a decent amount of money and there's no money stress and they could just spoil the kids. Then those kids grow up with unconditional love. They can show up however the hell they want, and they're loved and bought shit. But as you age, that goes away. There's always a transaction relationships, even if the transactions we like talking about the same things. We like going to the gym. Um, there's always a transaction. The best relationships are just the one where it's invisible and it feels win-win because what you're giving to the other person like enlivens you and energizes you. That's just the best case scenario. So but there's a little bit too much Virgo in your energy of like, what's in it for me? Let me like see everything I can get out of them before I can commit. It's coming from a place of fear. It's kind of like but once I'm in, I'm all in and I just love them. But you're constantly putting this other person in a place of having to prove themselves. And number one, that's not a fun position to be in. Number two, if you can get them to sing a song and pony dance for you, you're always going to be upping the ante. Well, will they do this? Well, how much do they really love me? Because the more that you allow a scale to be imbalanced, even if you're the one doing less work from a place of protection but when I go in, I go all in, or that one person I went all in for and chased and it came out to nothing, You're operating from a place of fear and from the past, and the other person's like, "Okay, if they just need a little bit of reassurance, well, if they did that, then I need to do more. Then they need to do more because that was clearly easy for them and not." And then it's gonna just, like, topple. So it's the way you're approaching relationships, and it is kind of a little bit more of like what can I get out of them? How much are they gonna love me? How much are they gonna care? I need them to prove how much they love me before I go all in. That's just not gonna work, and you're like, you're not gonna get what you want. So it's protect the fact that you want a relationship, but you need to revise your plan and your strategy for how you're going about it and how you approach being in a relationship. If you're able to do that, you do have the star as the outcome, which is the ability to make long-term plans that you're moving towards and happiness. So the sun card is like that soul level happiness. So it's not even about like money or materialistic stuff that's going on, but like your soul is just happy. You're like, I'm right where I need to be at just the right time. And the sun comes up every day. You're just like soul level happy. The star is where like all the pieces are on the board for what you want. You know, you got the car, you got the job, you got the wife, you got the friends, you got the hobby, you got a baby in the oven. So it's more like the all the things that make me happy are here. But you're only going to get that if you're willing to take a hard look at how you're approaching relationships. Okay, so Cancer. What's up? And hey, what's up, everyone who's watching? It's kind of fun having people watching. Maybe I'll have to do more of these in the later evening than in the morning. So Cancer, if you are looking for personal reading, and it's a reading, so I'm gonna close my eyes and channel spirit for you. So it's a where you're gonna speak directly to spirit type of a reading. The link to book that is down in the description below. And so this was Cancer. Cancer. Ooh, ooh. Whatever it is you're doing, it's worth the effort. It's worth the work. Keep going. But just be aware to get the goal that you want, you have to go through the death card. And the death card is that internal shift. So the internal death of how you're approaching something, how you're viewing something. And it might be how you're viewing yourself in the situation. It might be how you view the other person's situation. It might be how you view what you're getting out of it. Like you have to just take an honest assessment of why am I doing it this way? Doing it this way, what do I think I'm going to get out of it? What's my ideal outcome? And then you're gonna have to like realize like, oh my God, I've been like forcing too much when I need to be like relaxing. Or, oh wow, I've been too passive in my dating life and I need to actually step up and ask them out on dates. That one's more for the ladies. Honestly, especially if you're older than 35 too. Um, it might be oh, I've been making my mom do all the effort. I should put some effort in. So keep working. Whatever you're working towards is worth it. But just know to hit your goal, you have to go through that death process. And so just be aware that a lot of your focus right now, Cancer, is going to be on like balance, which is the day-to-day activity routine stuff that you're doing is enough. There's going to be a lot of emotional bandwidth taken up by this growth you're going through. So it's not about taking on more, it's about staying consistent and steady in what you're doing. Allow the death process to happen, and just spend more of your time self-soothing emotionally, doing the whole self-care, doing the whole like bath things, and like just soothing your emotions right now because you definitely want to keep going on the path that you're on. Yeah, you definitely wanna keep going. It's just kinda like a bummer. It's one of those things where you're like, "Oh, I took 2 steps forward, 1 step back," or, "Oh, I didn't know I also had to hit these other milestones to be able to get what I wanted." Or sometimes people are just saying like, "Yeah, I'm not giving you the job," but then, 2 weeks later, you get the job type of a thing. So it's just it's worth the effort to keep going. Just focus on balancing your emotions and be okay that that's gonna take up a lot of your time. So now we're on Scorpio. Right. I don't do love anymore, so kinda cool. Were you a Virgo? I thought you were a Pisces. Why don't you do love anymore? Healing elements? Love is great. What do you mean? Getting kisses on your cheek, having someone to come over and share meals with, good conversation. Oh my God. To be live with you and have us watching. You can't see all that way. Oh, are you saying it's cool to be live? Yeah, I think it's great. I love having people watching. I was on Scorpio. Ooh, Scorpio. What in the world? Well, keep taking action, keep charging, plowing ahead. You got the chariot card. So that means action, action, action. But the way that you're taking action, oh, how do I say this to you? You're like so focused on taking action and just let's get to the finish line that there can be a being a little too frivolous money, a little bit of fine, just hire that consultant. We just need someone to come in and get that done. Just hire them. But like you know how to do it. Interview one, two, or three people, check out your options. Unless you're so good at law of attraction, you just really focus on the vibe and get the one person in. Most people aren't that way though. Because right now you're definitely in a I just need to get there. Once I'm there, I can clean up the mess afterwards. But so there's a little bit of like reckless spending happening. Um, or it could be a little too reckless with your time, as in you're just wake up, work, go to sleep, wake up, work, go to sleep. So you're just like you're plowing ahead too strongly. That's either you're being too frivolous with your money or with your time. So that means you're maybe like ignoring wife and kids. I just got to get through this quarter, guys. Once I get through this quarter, daddy will be here more. But because you're also probably like plowing through money too much, it's going to be, oh, wait, I got the $100,000 prize, but here's $30,000 in expenses that I just wasn't in the right mind to like honestly say no to them. Because all I can tell you is like you even though you're in a go go go, you got good shit coming. You want to slow down a little bit and just assess how you're spending your money and how you're spending your time. Because if you keep going how you're going, you got the five of the air as the clarifier, and that's the card where it's unwise decisions. Not everything worked out the way I thought it would have, or like that's when you look back and go, okay, I hit my goal, but God, was it worth it? Was it worth everything I sacrificed? Was it worth everything I went through? Um, and it's because some of the people around you right now, it's not competing goals, but it's like not the same goals. And the best analogy, I did not do Aries yet. Oh, hi, Antoinette. Yeah, I didn't do Aries yet. It's more like the best analogy I can give you, Scorpio, is it's like, let me think of a good example. Like The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, like Frodo, the main hobbit, he was just pure of heart and wanted to make sure the world got to live, right? But then there was, that king who didn't want to be a king, who when he went for the ring, he's like, "Oh, I passed my test. I didn't give in to the evil." So he wasn't there to be pure of heart, save the world. He's like, "Okay, I'll help him out, and I want to see if I'm good of heart." Then there was Sam, who he was there because I just want to take care of my buddy and I don't want him to be alone. Um, and then there was that other guy who was, I'm going to go with them because I want to get the ring for myself. But so he acted like a team player, but in reality, he tried to get the ring for himself. So it's just recognizing that even though they're like acting like a team player on the same page, like it's not all there. That's why you need to slow down so that you can. It's not a win at all cost types of thing, essentially. Okay, so now we're on to Pisces. And Pisces, I'm available for personal readings right now. Those are more, there's not really tarot involved in those. I just straight up channel spirit for you. So it'll be a reading where you're speaking to your higher self, your own spirit guides, or my team of spirit guides, whatever's going to be most beneficial to help you get your goals. The link for that is in the description. Okay, so now we're on to Pisces. So Pisces, well, you're just kind of plugging along, moving towards your goals. Um, okay, Pisces, if I'm gonna say anything to you, keep going on your spiritual growth and whatever it is you're doing to nourish your spiritual side. I don't know if you're meditating and opening up to spirit yourself or you're just starting to tap into the chakras, whatever it is, like that's definitely a place of enjoyment for you. So keep doing that, keep going. Yeah, and it's gonna open you up to like just loving life more, having that added dimension of being able to sense energy. You're gonna like it. But so whatever, like your day to day, whatever it is you're like just plugging along, going towards, there's a little bit of like needing to like wake up to like push yourself outside of your comfort zone a little bit. Um, so if you've been going to the gym like for 2 years straight, lifting the same weight, just going, can you add 5 or 10 pounds? Like, or if you've been just jogging a mile, can you stretch yourself to 1.5 miles. And it's whatever it is that you just feel in your comfort zone on, and you're like, oh, I don't want to go any further than this because I don't want to hurt myself, or I don't want to do any more because things may not turn out well. You're more prepared and like more intelligent and smarter than you think you are. You're just all the back, you're not giving yourself enough credit for all the background work you've been doing. So it's just push yourself a little bit and come back and comment below because I'm curious what it is, Pisces, because it's you're essentially going to find out that you can be getting something done either faster or maybe with more friends or whatever it is you're working towards. It can either be done faster, better, or it can be done more enjoyably. So let's say you're like, going to med school. Yours would be, night of earth, keep plugging along, but it'd also be, hey, you can handle a friendship. Because maybe studying with them, you'll be laughing more. And I can't remember the study, but it was when people are having fun, they learn better. So even if you're doing something where like I can't really go faster because I'm in med school, there's a way to do it more enjoyably in that sense. So it's like just being aware that you can like you can take on more right now, essentially. Okay, so now we're on to Gemini. And Gemini, if you would like a personal reading, the link for that is in the description down below. And that's a straight up reading. So we're just going to be channeling spirit. You're going to be talking directly with them. Well, okay. Your message is short and sweet. You're in your head, you're expecting worst case scenario, but you've got the Six of Fire, which is the success victory card, and then you got the King of Earth, which is the king of money, the king of pentacles. So, okay, what's your advice to them though? Recognize that you're the boss, essentially. Damn, Gemini. Libra's next. Who was Libra? Universal. Um, yeah, Gemini, you're fine. You're good. Um, I would say though that like just be aware that that struggle, that drama, that trauma, the nine of air where you get in your head, oh my God, I might not succeed. Just be aware that you're fueling yourself and your success by stress, which fine, if it gets you to your goal, go ahead and do it. I would just say, why not relook at that belief system and create a new one so your body doesn't go as much stress. So it's essentially quit stressing because like success is on its way and you're gonna be fine. Everything's gonna work out, especially money. Good job, Gemini. Who wants to be a Gemini right now? All right, so now we're on to Libra. Hey, in Libra, I'm available for personal readings right now. The link for that is in the description down below. Okay, so Libra, and we got a Libra in the house. That's funny based on your comments. You got the Unity card. So opening up to friendships, not, I mean, I'm going to say love, but I don't, it's not a heavy love emphasis. Opening up to friendships and community and essentially outsourcing some of the work that you have to get done, allowing other people to help you and do some work towards it, even if they're not going to get it done the same way that you do. That's what's really gonna help you propel and move forward in life. Because you have too much going on right now, and guys, I always say that there's, like, 3 you have 3 bodies. You have your emotional body, you have your mental body, and your physical body. Your physical body is limited by its strength, by the time on the calendar. And so what can happen is a lot of people think, "Well, look at all this time I have on my calendar, I could take all these meetings." But your like, what about the emotional bandwidth and the mental bandwidth of them? There's only so many different things you can keep on your mind at a given time. That's why at some point businesses always have to like automate. Instead of writing it on pen and paper, then they have to create a get a software. God, what are those called? I can't even think of the name of it. Project management system. So you can just take some stuff off your head. You just log in there and like see everything you got to get done. Um, for you though, it's going to be when you ask for help. So maybe it's, hey, can you help me meal prep? And it might be like a, hey, will you help me meal prep? I'll buy the groceries, and obviously, whatever you meal prep for me, you can have some for you too. Um, it's just however you're approaching this right now, you can call in outside help, which is what it's really going to help make things go so much faster for you. Because you're just a little more stressed right now than you're giving credit to, and it's because you're just like taking too much in the mental body of your life right now. Okay, so Aquarius and Aries is next. Aquarius. Aquarius. You want a second chance, and it's like because you're feeling better and more playful, and you're like, oh, now I know how I'll handle it differently. But it's not about trying to manifest the second chance, whether it's a job or a relationship. It's really more about just admitting, I feel sad. I'm sad I don't, talk to that person that much anymore. I'm sad I can't go to that job anymore. I'm sad I don't get to do that volunteering thing anymore. It's more about processing your emotions. And guys, processing your emotions is, can you put a name to it? I feel sad. I feel mad. I feel glad. I feel betrayal. I feel disappointed. I feel frustrated. It's just naming it and allowing yourself to feel it. Like, I do feel really sad that like I'm not speaking to my son anymore. I do feel disappointed that it seems like everything I did to try to make it work, it didn't help. So say it and release it. That's validation, self validation, because there's what that will do is that release all that energy of the old so that you can re-see what's in your now so much better and so much clearer, and like you're and there's going to be things about your life right now that you're going to be able to enjoy once you have that little bit of a perspective shift. And guys, I guess quick personal example, sometimes I used to call home. They'd be like, oh, well, your brother hasn't called us, and it's like, okay, but I don't want to spend the like 4 hours I'm with you talking about how he's not calling. Like, I'm here in person. So that's what it will help you stop talking about the one child who's not there and just focus on the relationship with the kid who is there so that you're like enjoying life again. All right, so Aries. And don't forget, guys, I am available for private readings right now. If you'd like one, the link is in the description. It's a full hour. You, me, and source. I just channel spirit directly for you, close my eyes, call them in, whatever questions you talk to them directly. Um, okay, so Aries, there's a situation in your life that is going to lead you to the 10 of earth. Whoever or whatever this situation is, they're not the one, but being with them and hanging out with them is going to get you to that peaceful and content. And what you're going to learn from this person that you're interacting with, whether it turns into something romantic or sexual or not, maybe it's just a friend, maybe it's just a girlfriend who talks about her relationship with her man, like it can come in so many different ways. But whoever this person is, it's like, because it's not like the one, it's gonna be so much easier for you to like speak your mind, like, oh, I was really hoping we'd be able to go do XYZ, or oh, I was really hoping to have some like sunbathe time at the beach. Um, like an example I can give you is Uh, I stay inside an air conditioned house all the time. So I got lots of time, lots of energy. I'm like, I want to go out and do things. I want to go out and do things. The person that I'm like hanging out with right now, like works a very manual physical labor job. So he's like, I just want to stay home and rest. um, and so it's not so I'm able to say, like, I know that you're tired, but you got a 4-day weekend. And if we don't go, where am I going to wear my pretty sundress to? Oh, but look at how I learned to braid my hair. Like, so it's like that level of speaking your confidence. That's what you're learning with this person. Hello, Florida sunshine. You're gonna go, oh, but oh man, I was really had my heart set on doing this. Oh, I was hoping we could go see this show. Like that's what you're learning from this person, and that's the positive to focus on. Like And so that's gonna teach you that, like, being you is enough in relationship. That's just gonna be able to allow you to call in someone who's compatible. And don't worry about money. Money is fine for you. It's just you've like it's more like you're adjusting to an influx of money. And like what can happen, guys, is when people get more money, they, like, quickly adjust up and they're like, "Oh, but I don't have enough. Look at all these other things I need to do." Instead, can you remind yourself of, "Hey, my income went up by this much. I'm getting this much more money per month. And look at all these things I've been able to do." So this is where you're learning to bask in law of attraction terms. My new definition of the meaning of life, enjoying the passage of time. It was nice to get that extra money. I got to get my hair done. It was nice to get that extra money. I was able to do this. There's a little bit more of just enjoying what it's already bought you to get you the actual happiness instead of just reaching for more. So there's a little bit of a need to like appreciate that recent influx of cash that you had and just have a little bit of sense of appreciation for I'm glad I get this relationship with this person because it really is going to help me sink into like what it is that I do want out of a relationship and it's really helping me step into well here's some things I'd like to do when we're there. Here are some things that I was hoping we could do this. Hey, is this something you'd be able to help me with? Whereas, when it's the one, you guys got that pressure from the get go. Like, what if I ask and I ask too early? What if So that's what this relationship thing is teaching you. All right. So now we are on to Leo. Leo, here is your weekly message. Ooh, and spirits tell me to shuffle the deck for you, Leo. So Leo, I am available for private reads right now. The link for that is down below. And it's a reading. So I'm going to close my eyes, connect to spirit, and you're going to be speaking directly back and forth with spirit themselves. And if you want, you could have me focus on your soul, your spirit guides, your guardian angel, or you could talk to the team of guides that I have. I have a healing one. I have a money making business guide. I got a personal growth guide. That one's a whippersnapper, guys. Be ready for truth bomb. That's what everyone says. They're like, wow, what I thought I needed isn't what I needed at all. And your spirit guides got to the heart of the matter in the first couple minutes and then laid out my plan. I was able to be like have a clear mind and take action and feel good. That's what people always say about readings. Um, all right, so Leo. Oh, interesting, Leo. Well, fuck, Leo, what's going on in your life? You're having a yearning for more. I don't want to be cliche and be like more out of life. Um, but the 8 of water, that's when you're ready to take that like nomad's journey into the abyss, into the desert, and like just completely face the unknown to find a deeper sense of purpose. So you got that card in here. I don't quite think it's meant to the full extent of that card. I think it's more if or it feels more like it feels more like a have been approaching life, has been good. It's a good routine. It's got me stable money in life. Um, and yet I'm searching for something. I need something else in my life. And it can be those times where sometimes it's almost as if like sometimes people are in an expansive state in their life and they're calling in new friends, new job opportunities. It's almost as if you were in a constricted, you're like, I'm just gonna narrow down and focus on these things, make it through the pandemic, heal from a breakup, like whatever. And now you're just kind of going to somewhere in the middle now, where it's like, okay, that worked for a while. I feel fine. How do I do more? So you're searching for more out of life. I don't think it's like a meaning of life. I don't think, or should I pull some? I could pull one clarifying card. Sex. Or it's the devil card. So what that card means is oftentimes in the spiritual word, like they cliche go sex, but it's like it's pleasure in life again. So it might mean if you've been eating like a very strict diet like keto, it might mean you got to allow yourself to enjoy food a little bit more. And it might I'm not telling you to go crazy, guys. I mean once a month, twice a month, maybe once a week at most. have that fun meal out at a restaurant, or if you wanna cook at home, add cheese that one meal, you know? So it's you're at a place of like, I'm yearning for something in life, and essentially what that yearning is, it's more pleasure in your life. It's more like delight, it's more enjoy. And some of that, guys, it doesn't mean you have to be like, "Oh, I wanna pick up acrobats." It could also mean like helping someone else fulfill a purpose too. But it's like, "Oh, wow, when I do this for them, they get so happy." And yeah, I'll drive them to their show once a week 'cause look how happy they are, and I get to watch the show and so it's just be aware that what it is that you're like yearning for, that little missing piece in your life is essentially like pleasure. Come on, guys, give them some more from that. Oh yeah. Oh wow. I would say that you're definitely on the right path to getting there. And it's clarified. The pleasure card is clarified by the eight of fire, the magician, and the ace of air. So what that means is that once you kind of like have sex, I'm just kidding. Once you tap into the, "Oh, I do just wanna, like, enjoy life more," like, straight up pleasure, um, things are gonna pick up in your life, and you're gonna feel like the magician, and the magician is the thing that can is the guy who can manifest, and Ace of Air is, like, new ideas, and seeing the truth of a situation, so it kind of feels to me that that one's more of a, "Oh, fuck. I've been doing this the last, like, 2, 3, 4, 5 years of my life. I see why I've been doing that. Oh, I wanna live life differently." So you're gonna start a new beginning. There's some sort of new beginning here yet. I can't tell you if it's love or business. It feels like there's a very strong potential for a new money-making opportunity for you, whether that's a side hustle or a new job. And it's just that start is gonna be a little clunky and chunky. It will pan out to be fun for you, and I'm getting highly lucrative for you. Um, so just be open to at least be open to hearing ideas. I'm open to hearing ideas that will bring me money and bring me happiness. um, you're definitely still in a phase, Leo, of needing to rest and to recoup. And it looks like there's a decision about your living situation. Give yourself time on that one. There's no need to rush to make a decision. I'm not even there's a need to move out right away. I am picking up that wherever you're living right now, you can kind of change the payment terms. So you're maybe not signing a year lease or paying a year in advance or even a 6-month lease, 6 months. You can renegotiate the terms with them to get yourself some peace of mind, but it's definitely not a time to make a rash decision in your living situation because where you're at is actually fine. You're feeling a little cramped and hindered there, like you can't be all the way you. Um, so it's making you want to like rush and get out, but that's because you got the 8 of water card there. That's you're like, I'm looking for meaning out of life. So it'd be very easy for you to jump to oh, I just need my own place to solve the problem. When like that yearning isn't even about your own place. It's more about allowing in just more pleasure. So either have some adult time or like eat that damn cheesecake once a week. Um, it does look like there's gonna be a solution to your living arrangement anywhere from 2 months to, like, 4 months from now. It's gonna you're likely gonna be living with someone. All I can tell you is that if you rush and make a decision, you're not gonna like the money situation. Whereas if you just let it pan out naturally, everything will feel balanced and even. And yes, the other person's willing to contribute. Hmm, that was an interesting fucking read, Leo. Does Leo need anything else? Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Aw, Leo. Oh, this is a love message for you, Leo. You got the 10 of water and you got the sun card there. There's a lot of emotional contentment with whatever relationship you're in right now. So this is obviously only for Leos who are talking to a little honey bunny. Um, and the relationship is definitely like you got the sun card, which is that soul happiness card. So it almost feels like a soul recharge. It's almost as if you're approaching with like, why do they want to hang out with me? I'm boring. I do nothing. I bring nothing to the table. But every time you hang out with them, there's an emotional contentment and a sun card. And what spirit's saying is that the other person's having that same experience. Um, they're providing emotional upliftment to you. You're providing grounding, like disciplined structure for them. Just by like the energy exchange alone, you're able to enjoy and feel happier. They're able to be more practical and get more done. So it isn't. it is like an equal exchange. They're saying, "Don't worry about that." But they are letting you know that the person that you're hanging out with, they got Queen of Air energy right now, so it means that, like, even though you feel the 10 of water, emotional contentment, it's the person actually doesn't I wouldn't say it's emotional capacity. I'd say, like, they're just focused on something else right now, and Queen of Air, so if it was Queen of Earth, I'd say she's focused on growing her business, making more money. This is Queen of Air, it's more like a decisive, like, "This has to make more money." And so there's just, like, the other person's just a little bit more like, "I have to get these other things in order before I can relax and enjoy this." And it's not in a bad way, like a codependent way, like, "I need you to be happy so I can be happy." It's just more like, "No, these are the ducks that I need to get in a row so that my life is, like, running smoothly." So it's just like, enjoy the emotional contentment, emotional satisfaction, the little bit of, I wanna use the word ego boost that you get from hanging out with them, and just the emotional recharge and, like, just the recharge and the rejuvenation for life. Just enjoy that. Keep going. And just be aware that the other person's just a little more focused on something else right now. I don't know. Okay, so Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Hi from Portugal. We got Florida sunshine in the house. And if for those who are live, Sagittarius is the last one. I'll do mini chat reads, or super chat reads after I'm done with Sagittarius if the ones who are watching live want to read. Okay, so Sagittarius, and that's it. You just smash the super chat button and then ask your question in the live. And Sagittarius, I am available for private personal readings right now. If you'd like that, just check out the description and the link. Check out the description. We'll have the link to book that. Okay, so Sagittarius. Wow, you got the World card followed by the Tower card followed by the Three of Fire. So the World card is where there's like this complete, you've completed a cycle, you've completed a journey in your life, whether it be personal growth or a milestone or an achievement. But then you got that followed by the life experience tower card. So that's like the tower card is where something just like the rug got yanked out underneath you, like a breakup came out of nowhere, a fired out of nowhere, a new job out of nowhere. Um, it's just something that came in unexpected and is completely like upheavaled your life. So it's like you completed a journey and then wham, you're getting hit with something like big right now. Oh, they're telling me to pull some clarifying cards. Oh, yours is more about a positive opportunity that came. It's like maybe you were doing your own YouTube channel for a while, just kind of liking it, plugging along, 60,000 a year. And then like an opportunity to be like, hey, we'll bring you onto our network. We'll pay you 120,000 a year and come do this stuff with us. And it's like, wait, but my wife and I were going to live here. And so your upheaval is more of a, you've been doing a good job for what it is you're doing. And an exciting offer came in. And the message is essentially, you're worthy of this opportunity and this offer. Um, you're worthy of it. You can handle it. You're grounded enough. You're stable enough to happen. Should they take it? Yes or no? It's a good opportunity. I'll say that. And so the lastly is abundance. Things are looking very good for you. Like you're worthy of the new opportunity, and be okay that your life will just be a little bit of wobble as you figure it out. It will settle and it'll be good for you. I can tell you that. Okay, so does anyone who's live, do you guys want a little mini reading? I'll wait like 10 seconds for you guys to comment before I end this. I'm open if you guys want to do a super chat personal little mini read right now. So all you'd have to do if you want it is just hit the super chat button, donate, gift, whatever you want to call it, and then type your question in the chat. Okay, so 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. All right, guys, that was a great High Vibe Monday. Messages for all signs. I am available for private reads. Link for that is in the description down below. I also go live for free every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time on my Instagram and Facebook group and Facebook page. So lots of love. Mwah. Have a good week, guys. Bye.